Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Welcome back to Going with the Chappells, episode number 14.
I don't know.
We've done 14 of these, babe.
That's cool.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So we are communicating this morning on our way to work. A very monumental day for us. It's our 10-year anniversary.
Woohoo! That blows my mind. I cannot believe it has been 10 years.
I know. It's awesome.
Only feels like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Underwater.
We
That was Pops' line.
And we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary with the new home that we are living in.
Woohoo!
Yeah, and starting new adventures like this podcast and doing new things together. So that's our celebration of our 10th anniversary. But we wanted to talk a little bit and share kind of our love story this morning, right? Of how this relationship came to be. And it started...
It's a fun story.
More than 20 years ago.
Well, it really started in 9th grade for me because I was madly in love with Jay Chappell.
This puppy dog with a broken wrist.
Yeah, at the basketball tryouts, he had to sit in the hall with his little broken arm. And I finished basketball tryouts and I always tried to talk to him and he wouldn't really talk to me. And then for the next couple years, I was always like, "Hi, Jay," and he's like, "Hi."
Well, for all of our freshman year, that's what went on. You left sophomore year.
Yeah.
You went to a private school.
That's true. And then I came back my junior year. "Hi, Jay," and you didn't care. And then so by the end of my junior year, I told all my friends, "I've got to quit liking Jay Chappell. He doesn't like me. What am I doing?" You know. So I'm like, I'm not gonna hi Jay him anymore. So as soon as I quit saying hi to you, all of a sudden you came
I was like, wait, what?
Hung out with me at the track meet, and you came over and started talking to me, and I'm like, what?
We saw a UFO together.
And I didn't care because I was like, I'm not going to like Jay anymore, so I was just acting silly and whatever. And then pretty much after that, we hung out every day for the end of our junior year and all of our senior year.
We dated. We didn't just hung out.
Yeah,
we were
dated.
an item.
Yeah.
We were together for a little over a year and a half. Right about exactly a year and a half.
Yeah. Super in love, puppy love.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
2 young kids not knowing what they're doing.
Exactly. And then we went off to college, and I broke up with you 2 weeks into school.
Yep.
I was
devastated.
Yes, and I didn't know what I wanted, and I was feeling, all this opportunity, and you were... I'll come join you or whatever. And I was like, oh no, I just need some space.
It was a little smothering.
Yes, just a little.
And I was in a place too where I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was afraid of getting left behind, right? And, I kind of went into like full-on panic mode. Maybe I just need to work harder, which is the exact opposite of what I should have done. And it was actually a blessing that we did what we did, and we went the ways that we went. It was a learning experience, I think, for both of us. And it's the whole cliche, and it's not a cliche, it's actually kind of true, but if you love something hard enough to let it go,
or if you love something, let it go. And if it's meant to be, it will return.
And I think that it's in the moment, you don't want to have to do that. You don't want to, you don't believe that that's true.
Yeah, it's really hard to surrender.
You fast forward many years later, and you see what comes from that. So we went our separate ways, and I moved to Austin and lived as a bachelor for many years, and worked and did my thing. And Sarah went to school and got married and had 2 beautiful daughters and did her thing, and we really just grew up. We figured out kind of from an identity standpoint who we were, which back then we didn't know who we were. We were searching for it, and I think the Lord did his way of making sure his plan came to fruition, and allowed us the opportunity to go and figure out a lot about ourselves before we found each other again, which even that story is interesting. I guess it was 2000. Well, my sister was going through the death of her first husband, Brad.
He had cancer.
And
I was divorced, and I saw your sister at the grocery store, and I was like, almost avoided her because I was like, I was embarrassed and everything. And And then I thought, get over yourself. Like, see how she's doing. And, you know, and then she was telling me about her husband and stuff. And then she said something like, you know, Jay's still single or something. And I was like, yeah, well, and then
I think you probably said something like, well, I'm not really interested in dating anybody or whatever.
Yeah. And then my sister lived in Austin, and so I was actually going to go see her and visit her.
Well, it's funny, right after I guess my sister talked to you at Kroger, she texted me in the parking lot of Kroger and was like, you'll never guess who I ran into at the store just now. And in my head, I was like, it could be any number of 100 plus people I know in Kingwood that we know mutually. Like, who knows? Yeah. And she said, I saw Sarah, and she's getting a divorce, and I told her to call you. And I was like, thanks, sis. That sounds great. All right.
And then I did. I when I was going to visit my sister, I reached out to Jay and was like, hey, do you want to try to get together? I'll be in Austin in a couple weekends. And we tried, like, we were trying to get together on that whole weekend. It just didn't work out. And right at the end of the weekend, I thought, I guess we'll have to do it another time. And then we ended up getting together for brunch on Sunday. Yeah. And that was fun. But we didn't start dating then.
No, it was actually, what was really neat to me, it was like, I went to brunch, and I literally sat down with my best friend that I hadn't talked to in
It was kind of weird to, like, pick up. And you looked so different. Yeah. That when I saw you, I was like, that's not him. And like, we sat down.
It wasn't as long, but I had a beard and, you know.
And you looked so different. And I was like, what is that on your face? And
my personality was totally
and he's
different.
Like super gregarious. The little shy guy was no longer shy. And I'm like, who is this guy? But then after we talked and stuff, I was like, nope, same guy, you know. So
and then we started chatting, texting here or there, talking on the phone every once in a while, and, you know, visiting for months on end.
Because I was never going to get married again. Yeah. Ever.
Yeah. She was adamant about not going to do that again. That was terrible. Never going to do that. And I just kept niggling my way in. You know? Just got to get in there.
No answer.
So after months of chatting and texting and all that stuff, we had our first date.
Yeah.
And from that point forward, it was every day.
It was actually like the way we dated the first time. Yep. Like, the moment we started dating, it was like we were together constantly.
Yeah. And then we just...
Well, we did long distance, so it wasn't constantly. But, I mean, we talked on the phone and all that.
Pretty much every other weekend, I was coming down to Kingwood to see her. And then she would take a Saturday off once a month and come up to Austin and see me. And we just kind of did that for at least... about a year and a half.
Yeah. Because you really didn't move here until we got married.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I mean, we dated for about a year and a half, and then I convinced her on a random weekend I was there in February to take a trip with me to Ireland. Mm-hmm. Like, I just was like, we gotta go. It's not gonna be expensive. We can do it. Let's just do it. Come on, let's do it. Come on. And it was like, I don't know. I was like, nope. I got all your information's in here. I've got the ticket pulled up. I'm gonna push the button. No, I don't know. I'm doing it. The girls were there and they were cheering it on. I was like, yeah, let's go. Come on. All right, we're going to Ireland. Yeah. And the whole time, she had no idea that I had already bought a ring. And I was like, I'm proposing to you when we get to Ireland. Like, this is happening. I did that, like, with my Christmas bonus. I bought her wedding ring right after Christmas. And it was in a box in my closet. Like, just, this is happening. I got to get you to Ireland. We got to do this.
I did not know that.
And a really cute part of that is, you know, I'm a traditional guy. I obviously asked your dads if it would be okay for me to marry you, but more importantly, before I even asked them, I asked the girls if they would be okay with me being their stepdad. And I think that was a good...
Did everybody say yes?
Oh, of course. Adamantly, yes. The girls and I had already kind of bonded, and that they knew I was fun, and then they knew that I truly loved their mom, and vice versa, and I think it was a fun experience to go through that with them, and I think it was a good bonding experience too. I think doing that in the process garnered a lot of respect from the girls, and I think that was fun. So, but we
And then you moved into our house.
Yep.
And I can't believe we lived in that house for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, when we were moving out of the house, my mind was blown that we had lived there for 10 years. That's the longest I've lived in a house in my adult life.
Yep.
And then the second longest is the house I grew up in, and we lived there for 14 years.
Yep.
And then now to be able to say that we've been married 10 years, like, it blows my mind.
And like she said, time flies, man. It has gone by so quickly. And we are looking forward to the next 10, the next 20. And we got home last night. We were just once again reminiscing about how much we love our house.
We do love our house.
And just like, hey, you know what? Another 20 years here, and we'll be in our mid-60s, and maybe we can think about somewhere else.
We're like, yeah, how many decades do you think we're going to live in this house? Not like how long. We're like, how many decades?
Yeah.
Like, 2 or 3 at least, probably, you know? God willing.
But very thankful that the Lord brought us back together in the way that he did. And, you know, we have definitely cherished our second round of our relationship. I will say it's been one of the greatest decisions I've ever made.
Yeah, me too.
Very, very pleased to have this lovely woman in my life who challenges me on a daily basis and just makes me laugh, and I love getting to make her laugh. Like, that's one of the things that I love the most is her giggle, and when I get to get a good belly laugh out of her. Like when I smashed the screen last night. I think I made her pee her pants.
I did wet my pants.
It was pretty hilarious.
So
You know?
I came into the bathroom and there was a little frog in the shower, and I was like, "Oh my god!" You know. But he was all like curled up, and I couldn't quite tell.
Tiny little tree frog,
Yeah.
like the size of my thumb.
I couldn't quite tell what it was, but I was pretty sure it was a frog. So I got Jay, and I was like, "Hey, will you see what this thing is?" And he gets this cup and he catches him and he takes him out.
And as I was walking out the sliding glass door, I had my hand over the cup and I felt the frog like jump up onto my hand. And of course that feeling is awkward, right? I was like, "Oh!" So I wanted to hurry up. I opened the sliding glass door.
You open the sliding glass door and he's like, "Oh!" Like,
I went to throw the frog, but the screen door was closed, so I literally just like smashed the screen door off the wall.
and the screen door goes flying off. The frog's like jumping out. It made me laugh.
And it's moments like that
I can't do that.
this is what I love right here. Yeah.
I was like, I squealed and knocked the door off the hinges. But yeah, it was funny.
Marriage.
Yes, exactly.
No,
So,
we love being married and in love and enjoying our life together. And we look forward to all the new things we get to do soon too.
and I'm just grateful, you know, you've been such a good bonus dad to the girls, and we've been through a lot in the 10 years, and it's just nice to have someone to support me and to go through a life together with. Not always easy. Neither one of us is perfect, and we know that, and there have been some valleys.
Yep.
But definitely, if you can make it through a valley, it makes the mountaintop view that much more appreciated.
Amen.
More valuable.
Amen. Well, here's to many, many, many more decades
Yes.
to go.
Yes.
And thanks for sharing the story with us, guys. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
And if you did enjoy what you're listening to, like we always say, hit that like and subscribe button down below.
And then you'll know which one when another one comes out.
Yep.
Which we're trying to do weekly. We're really trying to make that happen.
Right now we're on like a pace of twice a month, but we're gonna try to do weekly.
Yeah.
That way you guys get some good.
We've got some projects we want to do around the house, and we can film some of those. And
Yeah, we'll do
kind of
some
stuff.
time-lapse fun stuff. Little Benny Hill.
Yes. And there's some fun stuff happening in Navasota, so for the holidays and stuff. So
Yeah.
kind of let you guys know if that interests y'all.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all have a fantastic day, and we will do so celebrating our 10-year anniversary.
Woo!
See you guys.
Bye.